Welcome back to yet another game, this time between Keif and Melkor on an Indians war. So no random civilizations, but actually same civ for either player. It's been quite some time that we've seen something like this. Usually nowadays players are either drafting for tournaments and having different civilizations, or are going for random civs on rated games. And team random is not played so often, though this should be interesting now. I really want to see how the players are going to play the team random games nowadays. Indians, as a civilization that I don't know too well, should be particularly interesting. And the cheaper villagers, we know that Indians has a really great economy. Let's go for the maps and see what they're all about. Main gold for Keif here. On the side, forwardish. Second gold forward, inside, but really close to the walls. Main stone forwardish. One really close to space, another really quite close. Third gold on the left-hand side is outside and relatively far away at that. We have Boar in the back. Second stone, safe in the back actually. 4 deer inside, which is really pretty. And an extra stone here, which Keif will probably find later on. For Indians, the castle is not really that important. I don't think we're going to see the elephant archers. It's a pretty funny unit once you have the mast. They are really tanky, but in small numbers they're not really worth it, I guess. At least it feels like it. Now Keif is starting to lure the deer as expected. It makes a lot of sense. Sending villagers to the boar, which is on 70 food only. 2 farms coming up. I wonder what he's going to do here. Indians is not a monk civ as far as I remember, so monk rush might not be the best idea, but we might see some fights in Castle Age for the map control, for the relics with scouts, light cav, camels possible. Let's find out and see what Melkor's map is looking like. Melkor is luring in deer from inside. It's 3, maybe 4. Actually 4 deer inside from Melkor as well. Really nice to see. Second gold forward, inside on the side here. Main gold forwardish, quite far actually. Main stone on the other side. Second stone safe in the back. Lumber camp coming up here. It's not really ideal, but yeah, I guess he wanted to split his lumber, one to the left, one to the right. Extra gold in for Melkor, which he did scout, good to see. And the third gold is really far away on the left-hand side, almost in the neutral zone of the map, where one of the relics is actually closer to Melkor, this one closer. And did I miss relic number 5? Yes, close to an extra gold on the left, but this one is on Keif's side of the map, more or less. So let's see how the players are going to do. Feudal Age coming in for Keif, he's the one going up first, with only 24 population. Is that a boom approach? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that house is doing on a lumber camp, to be honest. It's usually quite annoying. Keif taking 3 villagers for gold, and that's pretty much all he does. So he wants to sell 100 wood for 70 gold. And has 130 gold in the bank to have turned stone and no villages on gold, no use of the mining camp to click up to Castle Age. This looks like a boom approach to me now. I don't think we're going to see a very aggressive game from Keif here. As for Melkor, he's up to Feudal Age, he got the barracks up. We're going to see a stable with probably 1 or 2 scouts and camels if needed. I guess he won't need them too early on. And of course Melkor also clicking up to Castle Age, 4 villagers on gold, 4 farms up and running. That's 6 plus 7 villagers on wood and 4 villagers on the berries, with a few farms coming up now, Horsekill on the way. And Keif is soon to reach Castle Age. 1 lumber camp, a lot of villagers on that. That's 13 villagers on 1 lumber camp. Really not that efficient. He's going to go with a TC on that second stone and another TC on the main goal. This one is, yeah, at least somewhat close to the wood line. I think 1 TC on the wood line would have been better. Like, yeah, where to put that actually? Not sure. Both are on the way, and I think once those 2 trees are chopped, he should build another mining camp, another lumber camp here. 2 TCs, now 3 TCs going to be up and running. Melkor in the meantime with 3 scouts, yes, 3 military units, going for the light cav upgrade, which he doesn't really need. And heavy plow coming in from Melkor, so he must have a lot of food, actually, a lot of spare food, getting an extra TC on that wood line and close to the second stone here. And he should be able to get all the relics, because Keif is not really competing for the relics for the map control in this game. Instead, he wants to boom as fast as possible. And then, yeah, what's the meta on Indian Wars? Imperial camels, Is that a thing? I guess so. Hand cannoneers are strong for Indians, but maybe not the perfect choice in an Indians war. I'm really not sure about the meta here, and I don't really know the tech tree from the Indians too well. Keif is housed, or has been housed on 50, and putting 2 quick houses up. He needs to use like 1 villager and get a few houses. He's some in the back, on the front, doesn't really matter. And he needs to put another lumber camp here. This is just terrible, let's be honest. Good amount of farms up for Keif, 48 villagers, wheelbarrows soon to be finished. And Melkor is, because why not, attacking the walls. Probably wondering why Keif is not moving out at all, not doing anything. So Melkor is actually happy to take the relics, got that TC with a lot of farms around. Another TC coming up on, yeah, some small wood line, but enough space for farms, so that's good for him, I think. 3 villagers in gold now, and while Keif is spending all the food on villagers, spending a lot also on the upgrades, Melkor is having a fun time with the map control, waiting for enough wood to get in for a siege workshop. He wants to do some damage, put some pressure now, and then Keif will need to defend, and that means the free booming will stop, and the question is who's going to be able to transition into Imperial Age faster than and smoother, as I would call it. Now a lot of villagers on gold for Keif, decent amount of food. I should have more farms somehow. Finally putting that third lumber camp at least, but still too late. Monastery coming up in the back, university in the back. Not sure what the monastery is doing. I would have gone for a siege workshop here, to be honest. But Keif is the first to click to Imperial Age, going to be there 26 minutes in. Melkor now doing handcard and has a few camels out. Has a mangonel close to where this castle is getting built. I'm not sure about that castle placement, to be honest. That's quite dangerous. It's still going up, so Keif will be fine here. And he's now going with the siege workshop as well. Imperial Age halfway done. Keif is not so much in trouble, but Melkor has 30 military units, so he will be able to defend with Castle Age units against an early Imperial Age push, if that's actually coming up. Heavy plow now for Keif. Gold shaft mining, very important if you want to go for gold units, but not so many villagers on gold. Where's the golds for Keif? Yeah, he's not taking that forward gold inside his base, which makes sense. The other gold, ooh, nice shot. Melkor didn't pay attention here. The other gold, where was that? Somewhere outside, on the left hand side. It's really not safe at this point. And Imperial Age soon be done. Let's quickly check cost resources. He should be able to click to Imperial Age quite soon. Market coming up down university. What is Keif's plan? Conscription, 2 months of chemistry. Are we actually going to see the hand cannoneers here? And there is no steps coming up. Instead, 6. A total of 6 archer rangers and Kev archers actually. How is that happening? Is there any bonus for the Indians and Kev archers? I guess they get full upgrades, but I'm really surprised to see them, and heavy camels are actually able to counter Kev archers pretty easily in my opinion, so I'm not really agreeing with the choice that Keif is doing here, or is making here. And Melkor has 50 military units, same as Keif. These camels have +2 pierce armor, so the +1 was done. Relic victory for Melkor, possible one in 67 years. They're not playing on Conquest, I guess that's a little bit of a mistake. Doesn't really matter. Now Keif is moving out to take his 3rd gold as well. Makes sense, going for more Kev archers. What's Melkor's playing? Chain barding armor, so I'm expecting to see heavy camel upgrade immediately. Also pikemen. Bracer coming up from Keif, very important to see. Resources from Melkor looking really good, and he might be able to click Imperial Camel, but instead he's going for Onager, and I guess it makes sense. He must have spotted those Kev archers in the meantime. Ballistics coming in, also very important for the Kev archers here. Melkor should be fine for now, with the castle coming up and a few trebuchets. Is Keif going for traps? No, doesn't know about the castle. And we have a lot of barracks actually in the middle here. This is interesting. I guess we're going to see pikeman production. Do we have Halberdier for Indians? I'm not sure. Path and Tactics coming in. Keif is getting all the upgrades on the Kev archers. And ooh, where are the camels going in? How's that possible? On the left hand side? Where did they go in? I didn't see it. Interesting. Camels now attacking Kev archers. Man, I missed that. Sorry for that. The Kev archers should be fine, but you can see those Melkor cut onagers. Where is it? What? I don't see it. How did he do that? He didn't go in. Where did I read that with the onagers? No idea. But now Keif is opening the walls. Wait, what happened here? Oh, he did go around the gate. That is, wow, that is so smart. I didn't see it. Very impressive to see. He kept Keif busy. And now he is going for the Imperial Camel upgrade. This is going to be really deadly, let's be honest. 45 against 9 military units. Heavy cav archer done, fully upgraded. Husbandry finally coming in, so they will be fully upgraded then actually. But the Imperial Camel production will be starting any second now. It's not going for pikemen at this point. And we're going to see Imperial Camel plus 5 Pierce armor, going for attack upgrades. 160 HP is a lot. The trebuchets are going down to the bombard cannons. Ooh, nice attack by Keif now, 36 minutes in. He's got an advantage somehow. He just needs to get rid of the castle, which he's not able to do for now. Cav archers trying to protect the bombard cannons. Actually, looks like Melkor is giving up the castle and is finally sending the villagers from the extra gold. But the castle is going down fast. That's 5 bomber cannons attacking. Now the trebuchet is here to defend, and the Imperial Camels moving in. You can see now that the Imperial Camels are actually going through the cav archers. It's just not enough of them. Melkor needs more numbers now. He lost a lot in that battle in the middle of Keif's map. And Keif has recovered quite well. He didn't lose too much, I guess. Bomber cannon micro, and we are going to see more Imperial Camels for Melkor against more heavy cav archers from Keif. Interesting battle here. Keif is low on resources. Melkor got a lot of food and a lot of stone in the bank. Can go for more castles if he wants to. And now Onagers and Imperial Camels trying to move in. Plus 5 Pierce armor is a lot here. Onagers approaching. Ooh, Keif needs to pay attention here. Nice shots on those cav archers, doing a lot of damage. And Keif will lose quite a good amount of units here. He's still got more military units, but I feel Melkor is in a better position somehow. He's got the middle map control. He's got those relics. I think he dropped one of them out just in case. He did never want to go for that relic victory. That would just be boring here. Guilds and ballistics coming in. Are we going to see elite skirmishes now? Probably. Yes, actually elite skirmish production starting here for Melkor. He knows he needs to have a non-gold counter to those heavy cav archers, and he is at the same time able to counter halberdiers with just 1 unit. So it makes perfect sense. I guess, meta-wise, Imperial Camels in Indians Wars should be better than the heavy cav archer approach we're seeing now. Elite skirmishers moving forward a little bit only, and the military numbers getting closer. 2 trebuchets now hitting that castle on the left-hand side for Keif. Keif is taking the extra gold on the map. The heavy cav archers moving around to try and approach the trebuchets. Not so many Imperial Camels for Melkor, but he's got a lot of resources, and the Onagers again getting a good shot on those heavy cav archers. Keif still low on gold. Siege engineers from Melkor. Yeah, Melkor put the 5th relic in again. And now, where's the heavy camels gone? Are they all dying here? Am I not seeing them? Melkor is in 30 military units, but where are the Imperial Camels? I don't see them. Maybe they are actually dead, and I'm just missing fights here, which I'm sorry for. I've been casting better. Maybe I should stop for the day. I've casted like 5 games in a row. But they're really interesting ones, and I really like to see Melkor play Arena, because it's always interesting games, or almost always at least. And Keif can go for any strategy, and it should be interesting. I hope you agree with me here. Now Melkor is going to try and attack that house again. Was he going for a raid? There's a lot of military units around. Didn't see it. And elite skirmishers approaching. Elite skirmishers, trebuchets, 1 onager in the back here. Keif doesn't have anything to counter skirms, and that's a big problem. The bombard cannons, okay, they can do it in theory, but practically it's not so easy. And now Melkor is moving forward. He's not going for any more Imperial Camels, instead doing light cav. Doesn't have so many stables actually, doesn't have so many gold left. If cav archers moving around, we're not gonna find anything. Melkor did not overchop, taking the extra gold now in the back here, and he's somehow, what is happening? Let's sleep for and you best. Lucky day. I think Keif just called it GG. Can I get that text back? Keif didn't sleep for 28 hours. Bad day. Bua game? Bad game probably. Bua is not around. So Keif is actually resigning in a position where he didn't really need to resign, but Melkor somehow had an advantage, even though he didn't have any Imperial Camels on the map here, just elite skirmishers, but enough of them to do major damage here. Heavy cav archers trying to find victims, but not happening. Hope you enjoyed this game. An interesting one in my opinion. Team Random, Indians 4, and see you in the next games then. GG.